Hi everyone, this is Jarle from Handmade Cards. Happy Heart. Thank you for joining me. I have this cute Valentine's Day card for you today. First of all, let me show you the dies that I use for this card. I have that quilted heart backdrop, then the outside in heart stackables and the lacy heart stackables. I took out some white regular cardstock and then placed my largest outside in heart on top of it, and then I'm passing this through my Gemini Junior. So I have this heart die cut. Then I place this die cut on top of the quilted heart backdrop, just so that it creates more interest on the background. So you have all these little hearts cut out of it. For that base, I'm just taking out that largest lacy heart stackable and die cut it out of some ballet slippers cardstock. Then I took out my liquid glue and I glued this on top of that lacy heart, as you can see there. And that lace on the outside, that outside frame, just makes this super adorable. So I'm prepping my card base as I normally do. So I'm folding this. And then I want it to be that heart shape. So I'm taking that same heart die and I'm placing it on top of that folded card base. And as you can see, the upper part of the die hangs over the whole card base. So that's why the die won't cut that upper part, so you can fold that cardstock or that card base nicely. Now for my stamps, I'm using the new Scent with Love and Scent with Love add-on, just for that sentiment, but I'm using the two skunks from the main stamp set. Now I am stamping this with VersaFine Onyx Black ink, which is my favorite ink, since I'm going to be using my Zig watercolor markers. Now, I think I pressed a little bit too firmly on that stamp with those hearts, so I actually had to stamp it again. Here I took out some black cardstock and prepped it with my anti-static powder tool and stamped my sentiment with Versamark ink, which is a very sticky ink, perfect for heat embossing. Then I sprinkled on my white embossing powder, but I did get some strain embossing powder, so my sentiment wasn't quite how I liked it, so I just stamped everything again until I was happy with the results. Then I can't seem to cut things straight, so I always use my banners to cut out my sentiments, which is very, very handy. So putting this through my Gemini Junior again, and then I have everything ready. When I started coloring, I forgot to switch on my camera, so you didn't see me color all those hearts, but you will see me color all of those, or those two skunks, with mid-gray, I think, and dark gray. I always use my swatches to determine which colors I want to use. And also here everything went wrong because I colored the wrong parts of that skunk black or dark gray. Actually, it had to be the bottom side of his tail and the main body that had to be black, but I totally forgot or I didn't pay attention, but I just went with it because in our own card making world everything is possible. Now, how do I color my images with Zigs? I always try to go in with my lightest color first on the darkest areas, and then I am blending that lightest color out with my blender brush. Then I go in again with my darkest shade, which is the dark gray at this point. And then I'm blending that one out with my lighter shade and then with my blender brush. So this gives me a result I'm happy with. It does create some shadows, but it's really not hard to do. For the wider areas, I'm just using light gray and pale gray, because I do want a little bit of shadows also in these white areas. But as you can see there, I have a white skunk and a dark gray skunk. That wasn't my intention, but I just went with it. I think white skunks would be cute as well, don't you think? So I'm just doing and repeating the same things again here. Then I'm taking my tape runner, which ran out. So it's really a card where everything went wrong. So I took my tape runner and I adhered that card panel on that card base. I started by adhering my sentiment strip with some thin foam squares. So I started with that strip so I could put my skunks on top of it. Just cutting off the edges there. And then also I put my skunks on top, also using some foam squares. And then with liquid glue, I made the skunks hold that little heart banner. And then when everything was attached, I put on my foam squares. I had to cut down quite a few because of those little tiny hearts, but you don't want any sagging on the card. Now it only needs finishing touches, I think. So I did take out my Lawn Fawn glitter pen and I just went over all the hearts so they were a little bit more shimmery in the end. I really love this glitter pen. It gives it a really nice shimmer, which is very fun on Valentine's cards. And this finishes off the card for today. So I hope you like it. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up and also consider subscribing to this channel. Thank you very much for watching and have a great day. Bye!